Welcome in, people. Welcome, replay viewers, live viewers, friends. Thank you for joining Duty Ron's chat. Always great to see you. Hello, Bella Mia. Good to see you. First one in. Thank you for joining, Bella. Great to see everybody. Hello to each and every one of you. Hello, Shasta. Good to see you. Hello. Good evening. Hi, Debbie Lynch. Crystal is in the house. Thank you so much for joining. So, guys, before I get started, I just want to say thank you to Tori Hartman for her kind words and support for all broadcasters and all content creators that she interacts with here on YouTube. So it's always a pleasure and an honor to have one of your fellow content creators give accolades to you. So I was just inside her broadcast, and it was wonderful to be in there with all the great people that hang out. Hello, Trina. Good to see you. How are you, Suzanne? Trevor in the building. Good to see you, Janie. Hello, G. Fiorentino. Good to see you. Hello. Welcome in from New Jersey. Debbie Lynch is here. I see a lot of people in, and I thank you guys all for coming in. If you don't mind, please invite onto your social media, invite onto Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or whatever you happen to use. The more people that see the replay, the better off we'll be. I'm going to talk to you about Karina Vetrano. Those of you who don't know, she was a 30-year-old, well-established, very, very physically fit jogger that was brutally murdered on August 2nd, 2016, over in Howard Beach, Queens. Hello, TTNZ. She was murdered within the confines of my police department that I worked for, and my detectives who I work side by side, including all of the men and women in the warrant squad and all of the different agencies worked on this case. So it is near and dear to us. Hello, Kelly from Carlsbad, California. Great to see you. Thank you for joining. So I'm going to go ahead really quick and just invite some followers. I'm just going to invite. I'm going to invite on my social real quick. I'm going to invite on social real quick. Hold on a second. Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for that. Hello, Lourdes. Hello, Jackie. Hi, Heather. How are you, Aftershock? Thank you for joining. So I've got 15. I'm not even kidding you. 15 unanswered text messages. I'm not answering them right now, but I was just looking at them really quick. A few were from my son. A few of them were from my friends. Hi, Jackie Hughes. Thank you for putting all those question marks, Jackie. That the question marks, always appreciated. Thank you so much for that, Jackie. Hello, Cecile. Good to see you. I'm waiting for a couple more people to come in so I don't have to repeat myself. So for those of you who don't really do a lot of broadcasting, I'm just waiting for just a couple more people to come. I don't like to just get it right out, because then as people join in, I have to now repeat myself. So I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes. I know everybody's excited and everybody wants to hear this, but it's just, I've done this through trial and error, where I get out the information early on, and then everybody just keeps coming in and asks over and over again. This is a Mets colored room right here. I'm in my son's room. It's orange, blue, orange and blue, orange and blue, orange and blue, orange and blue. Yes, we are all praying for justice for Karina Vetrano. We're definitely all praying for justice. Go Broncos. Hello, Open Minds. How are you? How are you? Hi. Hello, Suzanne. Good to see you. Janny, yes, cool room, right? Suzanne, cool room. You can't beat this. You can't beat it with a stick. So let me just do this, and now I'm done. I'm done now. Hello, Charlie Girl says, hi, Duty Ron. How are you? Welcome in from Tori's channel. Thank you to all Tori subscribers. Thank you for each and every one of you who's coming on in. It's not going to be a long live. I'm going to be short about this. So basically, the defense and the prosecution today, Thursday, it is Thursday here in the U.S., in New York. The defense and the prosecutors rested in the case. So what that means is the prosecutor has given all of his evidence and all of his witnesses, and the defense has called all of their witnesses, and there's no further to give. Now the jury has the case, and they have to come back with a verdict. So right now is when we pray and we hope that justice is going to be served here. So right now the jury is deliberating on this case. So good to see you, Kim. Hello, Kim Lowry. Great to see you. Thank you for joining. So right now, as we speak, the jury is deliberating on this case. Both sides have given their evidence and called their witnesses, and now it's in the hands of the jury. So we keep our fingers crossed. The trial was supposed to go until tomorrow, but they rested at 4 p.m. today. I got the phone call at around 7 tonight that the jury has the case. My friend, who is a court sergeant who's down in the courthouse, he called me, and all the evidence was presented to the jurors in the jury, and all the jurors have the information, and now it's in their hands. So we say a prayer, we hashtag justice for Karina, and we pray that they come back with a fair and just verdict. I'm going to play a little clip for you. Hello, Joey Brooklyn _67. There's my good friend. Everybody, please subscribe to Joey BKLYN _67. Also subscribe to Tori Hartman if you're not subscribed to her. She runs a wonderful channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Duty Ron. I am a retired New York City police detective. I did 20 plus years in the New York City Police Department, and I did retire out of the Detective Bureau in the Fugitive Enforcement Unit. Fugitive Enforcement is taxed with going out and bringing back people who are on the run that are wanted for murder, rapes, assaults, all different kinds of offenses. When they go on the run, my unit, the Warrant Squad, is the unit that would go and try to pick them up and bring them back to justice. And we did a pretty damn good job of that. I was proud of the work that I did in the New York City Police Department, and I was proud of the men and women that I work side by side who risk their lives and put their lives on the line every day for to keep the people and the citizens of the city of New York safe. So absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. All right, so let me play let me pull up a little clip for you guys. Let me pull up a little clip. Stand by. I'm just going to read this to you. There's no video available at this time. There's no video available. So I'm just going to read this to you guys. Okay, so both sides rest in the retrial of a man accused of killing Karina Vetrano. This is the defendant right here. This person right here is the defendant in the case of Karina Vetrano. Gail, I believe that she is. She was an only child, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Okay, so let me read quickly. I'm not going to be looking at the comments, so please hold your comments until I'm done. This was an article that was printed at 8:55 p.m. So just a little bit about an hour and a half ago. So this was at about 5 minutes to 9 p.m. It's a little bit past 10 here right now. So hold your comments. Hold your comments. I'm not going to get to see them until I'm done reading. So the prosecution and defense both rested Thursday in the retrial. Hold on, let me just highlight this so you guys can see it. I'm just gonna highlight parts that I'm reading. Okay, the blue is what I'm going to be reading. The prosecution and defense both rested Thursday in the retrial of a Brooklyn man accused of strangling a Howard Beach jogger, Karina Vetrano, in 2016, setting the stage for a Queens State Supreme Court jury to begin deliberations on Monday. I can tell you this, they're already started to deliberate today. This article says they'll begin deliberations on Monday, but they already did start deliberations today. Just before 4 p.m., Queens Assistant District Attorney Brad Leventhal said he had presented all the evidence in the case against Chanel Lewis, 22, that's the defendant, charged with Vetrano's slaying in August 2016 as she jogged through Spring Creek Park near her home in Howard Beach. Minutes after Leventhal spoke, Legal Aid Society attorney Robert Mueller, in no relation to the Robert Muellers in the federal, he is the defense attorney that's assigned by the Legal Aid Society, by the state. This defendant couldn't afford a private attorney, so this is the Legal Aid Society. It's a free attorney. So attorney Robert Mueller told the court minutes later and Judge Aloise that his side has also rested. Leventhal presented a range of witnesses that include Vetrano's parents, forensics experts, and then Mueller mounted his defense without presenting one witness. So the defense here defended their client without presenting one eyewitness. They did not call one eyewitness to the stand. All they did was cross-examine all of the witnesses that the prosecution brought in. You guys following me there? So the defense only cross-examined all of the subjects, all of the witnesses that were brought in by the prosecution. Okay, early Thursday, Linda Razzano, Linda Razzano, the prosecution's final witness, that is the chief medical examiner, that is the autopsy medical examiner who performed the autopsy. They called as a last witness Linda Razzano, the prosecution's final witness and an official with the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner's Office. She testified in detail about the DNA testing done in the case. In front of the jury and under direct questioning from Leventhal, Razzano, an expert in forensics biology, said genetic testing showed that the DNA of an unknown man found on Vetrano's neck, on her cell phone, and on her neck, on her cell phone, matched that of the defendant, Chanel Lewis. So they testified, forensics expert and a biology expert, a forensics and biology expert, testified that the unknown male found on Vetrano's neck DNA and on her cell phone. She basically testified in the same fashion in the first trial, walking the jury through the DNA lab procedures and all the related science that goes along with it. Lewis is being retried for allegedly strangling and sexually abusing the petite Vetrano on the night of August 2nd, 2016. He was arrested in February 2017 and charged with the arrest. His first trial resulted in a mistrial in November of 2018. By using a different method of analysis, Randazzo said in Thursday's testimony, the DNA that was found under two of Vetrano's fingernails was hundreds of billions of times more likely than not to have come from her and Chanel Lewis rather than an unknown male. So she said that the DNA that was recovered under two of the victim's fingernails was hundreds of billions times more likely to not be from an unknown male, but that of Chanel Lewis. In a different strategy from the first trial, Leventhal then brought out the concept of secondary DNA transfer. Now, the secondary DNA transfer is what the defense was saying, that somebody planted that evidence on the deceased, which is outrageous and bullcrap, where DNA from one person may be transferred to a victim by a third person. So he brought this up, and it didn't bring it up in the first trial. The district attorney brought this up, and Randazzo, the expert in biology, said The transference is a known phenomenon, but her analysis of the amount of genetic material found on Vetrano showed that Lewis's DNA had undergone a direct primary transfer to the victim on her neck and on her cell phone. She proved that it was direct transfer. This forensics expert and biology expert stated in court in closing that the transfer of the genetic material found on Vetrano was that of Chanel Lewis and had not undergone any secondary transfer, and that it was a primary transfer, guys. So they went on to say Randazzo underwent a sometimes contentious cross-examination by the defense attorney, Janine Chung, who questioned the expert about everything from lab practices to her reading of the science journals. But Randazzo insisted that while there is no ready test to say when DNA transferred to a person, the amount of genetic material found on Vetrano from Lewis was a primary transfer and not a secondary from someone else. So she was very clear that it was a primary transfer and not a secondary transfer. At one point, the medical examiner also noted to the defense that DNA does not fly. How about that, guys? This forensics expert, this medical examiner, told the defense in front of the jury, DNA does not fly, meaning it doesn't get transferred. You can't take DNA from somebody and transfer it over to someone 5 months later. Don't forget, this defendant was arrested 6 months after the crime. So what they're trying to say, the defense is trying to say, is that the police took his DNA in February of 2017 and planted it on this victim. If that sounds crazy, look at what happened with Jussie Smollett over in Chicago. Look at what happened with that case. These people, this defense attorney, they're grabbing at anything to create reasonable doubt. And it is ridiculous beyond belief. So to have this medical examiner and biology forensics expert say to the defense in front of the jury, DNA doesn't fly. It doesn't fly all over the place. Judge Aloise told the jury of 7 women and 5 men that they could expect to begin deliberations on Monday and would be provided lunch and dinner if necessary. The trial began March 18 with jury selection and was expected to last 3 to 4 weeks, but the testimony went faster than expected. This trial lasted only 2 weeks, guys. This trial only lasted for 2 weeks. So that's all we have on this case. That's all we have. I didn't see anything else video-wise. I didn't see anything on Karina Vetrano at all, which is shocking. It's surprising that we didn't get anything. I'm going to try to Google it again really quick. New York Post 2 hours ago. Let's see what the New York Post has to say. Oh, wow. Closing statements are scheduled for Monday morning, after which the case will be in the hands of the jury. I thought that they rested their case today. Anyways, this is exciting. This is exciting extra news in regards to this. I'm happy that they brought that up. I'm happy that they brought up that the DNA does not fly from one person to the next. So I'm so happy that they spoke about that. To me, that's important. That's a very important thing. So it looks like we'll have, I'm going to go Monday down to the court, guaranteed. Tomorrow there's not going to be any activity down at Queens Supreme Court. So all I could say now is we got to keep our fingers crossed and pray for justice for Karina Vetrano and the family, so they can have her rest in peace and the family can move on to try to somehow, some way heal. So let me just look at the chat and say hello to everybody who has joined. Hello, Joey Brooklyn. Hello, Ed Fratz. Good to see you. Christine Molina, thank you for joining. Heather Young, Lisa 1111, thank you. Black Rose is here. Michelle Vogel, thank you so much for coming in. Rose Bogert, thank you so much for being in here. Joe Schmo in the building. Liz Sip, hello Liz, and all the great people out there joining. Melissa, good to see you. Michael Bolton's sister is here. That's Melissa Bolton, Michael Bolton's sister. She's in the house. Everybody say hello to her. Let me go back a little further and see who else is here. Looks like I said hello to everybody. All right, guys. So, Sheila, very good to see you. Sheila Deal, I worked with a Joey Deal in the police department. He was my lieutenant, Joe Deal. Good to see you, Granny Doe. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. Granny Doe in the building. So it's a little cold in this room. That's why I keep doing this with my hands. Hi, Blondie Java. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Christine, always a pleasure to have you in here. So, hi, Kelly K. Good to see you. The Yankees won today and the Mets won. The Yankees won and the Mets won. So I'm happy about that. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to all the great people. Anybody that has given Super Chat in the past, present, and future, I say thank you to that. It's always a great honor and a pleasure to see Super Chat come up in the broadcast. So thank you to anybody who has given Super Chat. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers and all the great comments and positive interaction in between each and every one of you guys in the chat. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to all the people that come in here. I try to provide a really safe place for everybody. So what it looks like here today, hello, Daphne. Good to see you, Daphne. Open Minds, good to see you. Thank you for praying. What it looks like is the prosecution and the defense wrapped up their questioning. All of the evidence is presented to the jurors. They now have all that evidence in front of them. They have all that evidence right in front of them so they can talk it over, they can talk it out and deliberate on this. I'm hoping that they take as much time as needed to come to a fair and just verdict. I hope they take enough time. Hello, Beach Girl, good to see you. I hope they take enough time to come up with a fair and just verdict. That's what I pray for, and that's what I think it will do. I think they will do that. So great to see each and every one of you here in the broadcast. Hello, Veggie Vibes. Hello, Hio. Good to see you. Welcome in. It looks like Monday will be a very important day there, and I think according to what I read in the New York Post, that they should be closing arguments. Now, closing arguments is just the same as opening. So Monday, I'm definitely going to go there for closing arguments, closing statements, as the judge charges the jury. So I'm going to be there Monday. Monday, I will be there, and what I'll do is I'll report live outside of the courthouse. It's supposed to be nice and warm tomorrow. Liz Sip, thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you, Liz. Everybody, please say thank you to Liz for her kind and generosity. Her kindness and her generosity is greatly, greatly appreciated. There's Andy Griffin feeling up Carolyn Burnett. I don't know why he does that, but it's just, he's a sheriff and he's got to put her in jail. So that's what he has to do. Tuesday or Wednesday will probably be the wrap. Joey, I'm hoping they take as much time as needed. But unfortunately, it looks like, this went quicker than expected. Thank you so much, Wiley. Thank you so much for the super chat. Very generous, very kind. Thank you so much. Much love and respect to all of you guys in the chat. But thank you so much to my super chatters. Thank you so much for that. So again, father figure, yes, he is frisking. He's doing his job. Don't kill the messenger. He's just putting her in jail, so he's got to toss her. He's got to give her a quick toss. So again, I'm here in my son's bedroom. I'm here in my second born, my youngest. I'm here in his bedroom. He's away. He's visiting some friends in college, so he's away. Hello, Chris 22. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Always great to have all of my good friends and family in the broadcast. So I'm hoping the jury looks over all of the evidence, looks at all the testimony, and comes up with a fair, and for me, a fair verdict is going to be guilty. Is going to be guilty. And I talked about this last night on my broadcast. I don't care if they say not guilty to the sexual offense, the sexual misconduct, or um, those sexual charges. Although they are serious, obviously that is really heinous and serious and sick. The murder charges is what's going to keep him in jail for the rest of his life. So the murder charge is what I want a conviction on first and foremost. If we get a conviction on the sexual assault, the sexual offenses, that's just icing on the cake. So I look at it from a law enforcement standpoint. Don't take it as a mean or callous thing. But what's most important here is for them to come back with a guilty verdict on the murder first and second degree. So if we get the murder first degree guilty, that's a win right there. That's a win. If we get a guilty on the sexual offenses, it's just icing on the cake. But that's what's going to keep this animal, savage beast, this subhuman, that's what's going to keep him in jail for the rest of his life, where he belongs. He's a danger to society, and if he is not guilty, this world is going to be a more dangerous place. Well, first degree murder is the highest degree of any murder charge. Obviously, first degree murder is the actual person going with intent to kill somebody. Second degree murder is, like, say you have a fight with somebody and you're arguing with somebody, you have a fight, and out of rage you hit somebody and they die. That's how you can get charged with second degree murder. It happens a lot. People have shouting matches and someone shoves somebody, they fall on the floor, they hit their head, and then they die. You don't intend to kill them. So a first degree murder charge is the highest degree of murder charge. Second degree is a little bit less. It's a little bit less, but it's still, we need that. We need the murder convictions. We need it on both charges. We need it on both. First and foremost, first degree murder guarantees life in prison. Second degree murder is 25 to life as well. So they're two very serious charges. That's what we want the convictions on, and that's what we're looking for. So for me, I'm not saying that I don't care about the sexual charges, but for me, the sexual charges are secondary. First degree murder, that's what he should be convicted on. Second degree murder, icing on the cake. Sexual assault, double icing on the cake. And that's how it goes, guys. That's how it goes. So I say prayers. I feel that the prosecution in this case, the second time around, I feel that the second time around with the prosecution, they were dotting their I's and crossing their T's. Dotting their I's and crossing their T's, and doing their best to present their best case. Polishing it up a little bit. Michelle, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, and thank you for the kind words, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Michelle. You are a true friend. You've been hanging out with us on Periscope and here on YouTube. I want to say something too. All of my friends who've come over from Periscope to YouTube, I have to say to you guys who came from Periscope onto YouTube, I want to say thank you, because I know it's a big thing to go from one app to another. And I'm never ever asking anybody to forget about another application. If you like Twitch or if you like Instagram Live, have at it, have a good time. But what Joey and I like to say is that if you really like us and you really love us, or if you really like the content, it doesn't matter where we do it, whether we're doing it on Periscope, we're doing it on Twitch, we're doing it on YouTube, we're doing it on Facebook Live, Instagram Live. If you really like that person, or if you really love that person, you go where they are to see them, and that's what true friends are. That's how I could see the people who really, really enjoy us are the ones that come over and they say hello, and then they go back to Periscope. We'd follow you anywhere, says Melissa Bolton. Melissa Bolton is Michael Bolton's sister, just in case anybody didn't know that. Yes, so I enjoy tremendously a lot of friends who broadcast on different platforms. And what I do is I go to the other platforms and I give them my time. I go over there, I support them, I super heart them up, I send them super chat, I send PayPals if I can. I do what I can on other people's. All content creators need us as viewers. Like, say, if I wasn't live here and we were in, say, Tori or Joey Brooklyn's chat, you need to have an audience when you go live, and that's important. So I thank each and every one of you because I know how valuable. Listen, all of our time is valuable. None of us can say, hey, I got time to burn. I don't have anything going on. Most of us, not all, most of us have things going on. So when someone takes an hour or 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 50 minutes or whatever the time is that they sit and spend with me, I am honored by that because you could be doing something else or you could be watching somebody else. So for me to see Maureen, to Winky, Sheila, Tiny Hands, all of these people, all of you guys that are in here, Christine Molina and all of the great ones that are in here, Joey and everybody, there's just too many people to mention. When you see all these great people in here, you say to yourself, I'm blessed and I thank you. And that's why I continually throw out accolades and continually acknowledge you guys when you're in here in my chat. But if I miss one of your comments, it's not intentional. It's just sometimes when I'm in a thought, if I'm in a thought, I can't be looking at the comments because it throws me off. So until you've done live broadcasting, it's really hard for you to understand how much focus it takes to get a message out in a structured way. If you watch the chat and read the chat continuously, it throws you so far off that you can never really keep continuity and get a real structured broadcast out. So I've learned through trial and error that you can't. We're not machines. You can't sit and watch all the chat. If you watch the chat 24/7 while you're broadcasting, you're not going to give a good broadcast. It's not going to be good. And even with me not looking at the chat, I still get sidetracked because I'm a human being. So let me see. Is Joshua here? Am I to understand that Josh the man am I to understand Joshua is here in the building? My good friend from California? Let me check that out. Let me see who's here. Winky is here. Winky Whispers. Father Figure is here. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Mrs. Coil. Honey Badger's here. Lourdes is here. Joshua, you had to go and get those. You had to go and get those fonts. He always likes to keep up with the Kardashians. Joshua's always keeping up with the Kardashians. Do you ever read the chats after Mima? It's one of the things, because I'm a detective, is what I do, is I read the chats for two reasons. Number one, first and foremost, to see if I missed anybody saying something nice to me, and then, I don't want anybody's feelings to get hurt, so I read the chat first and foremost. You're welcome, Liz. First and foremost, I read the chat over at the end to get any accolades or get any nice comments that interacted during the course of it, so I can acknowledge it privately with that person. And then B, I look, obviously because of security reasons, I look for any bad comments that I have to block an account or block a person or maybe have a conversation with somebody. So things of that nature. So those are the two-pronged reasons I look at the chat. Hello, Cole Harton. Good to see you, Cole Harton. Tracy is here in the building. Winky Whispers, Michelle. Look at all my great moderators. That's 4 in a row. Tracy L, Winky Whispers, Michelle, and Joey Brooklyn. All of them right in a row, all 4. Black Rose is stepping in. There she is. Good to see you, Black Rose. Love and respect from Duty Ron. Hello, Ali C. Good to see you. Hi, Ali. I got one more thing I got to do, guys. I got one more little thing I have to do. So grin and bear it just for 2 seconds. Let me just share something here really quick. Give me 2 more seconds. I'm not looking at the chat. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's that. Let me go here. I got one more thing. Sorry, Charlie. Um, there's a couple of people that say they don't get my, some people say they don't get my notifications. So I'm just inviting those people on, I'm inviting those people on Instagram. Some people tell me all the time, Duty Ron, I don't get YouTube notifications. So when they don't get the YouTube notifications, I try to do it on a secondary, on a secondary level. You know what I mean? So I have about a dozen people that I'm trying to send Instagram notifications to. So give me 2 seconds. Two seconds, guys. I know it's a PIA. It's a pain in the butt, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Hinsdale girl. She always tells me she misses notifications. It's funny. It's funny, but it happens. What are you gonna do? All right, I'm almost done. I'm almost done, girls and boys. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm back. All right, let's see. Let's see what I missed. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Duty Run. I don't get your notifications. There you go. Subscribe to my Instagram, and you'll get my notifications. I agree. Love Ron and Tori. There you go. Veggie Vibes should be a mod. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Melissa Ann, I get them, but I get them late. He finally caught you live. Hi, Penguins Love. How are you? Good to see you, Penguins Love. Thank you for joining. Good evening, MJ Doris. Good to see you. Hello, Lourdes. Lourdes, I just subscribed to Lourdes from Tori Hartman's broadcast. So Lourdes is a content creator. She's got about 2,000 plus subs on her channel. So I recommend all my friends to go and check out Lourdes. I've yet to see her content, but Tori Hartman gave her the seal of approval. So I have to say, go and check out her channel and see what she's about. So Lourdes, if you want to put up some emojis or something in the chat, or just a general hello, I'll send all my people over to check out your channel. So Lourdes is here on the broadcast for the first time. I subscribed to her tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of her content on her channel. The mayor of Chicago is pissed. Tell me another story, Allie. Tell me something I don't know. But yeah, the mayor of Chicago is pissed, and I don't blame him either. You know, it is a bunch of BS. It's really crazy. That case is out of this world nuts. Out of this world nuts. Tiny hands. What you can do is try doing a broadcast that is private and inviting several of your friends to it, and start doing it a private broadcast first. So there's no time. There's no time limit, Paula. They can take as long as they want, you know, within reason. They can take as long as they want within reason. They're sending Jussie a fine. The feds are going to investigate that case, and there's going to be more to it. There's going to be more to that case. So be on the lookout for that. The feds are definitely looking into that case. So. Never thought of that, Duty Run. It's an idea that I tell to a lot of people that are nervous. You know, you could do like a dry run. You could do just like a dry run and practice on your own. To practice on your own. Hold on. Of course, I'm getting harassed by my son. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. Okay, so again, guys, Yeah, no, he wasn't saying that. That I was talking about my oldest son that's home right now, and I was talking about not my son here that I'm in his room. He did not say that. He's out of town, so you don't know what you're talking about, veggie vibes. So zip the lip. Yeah, so Frankie's not home. Um, Hello, YouTube eye watcher. What a screen name with no picture. YouTube eye watcher, Joey. YouTube eye watcher. He's in the building. He or she is in the building saying hi. Welcome in, YouTube eye watcher. So, anyways, the recorder sounds is probably a notification sound. No, not a notification sound. I'm just getting some emails, and I'm just trying to shut down the volume on this phone. But I just did an update, and the update changed the whole user interface. So like I go to shut off the noise, go to shut off my notifications, and it's a whole process. But I finally just did it. I finally just did it. Did you hear about the case in Pittsburgh? I did not. I did not hear about it. I'll look into it though. Pittsburgh of a cop shooting and killing suspect Anton Rose after a drive-by shooting. AR was involved and the officer was found not guilty. So thoughts. I don't know anything about it, but I'll definitely check it out. I'll check it out. I want to know who called or paid the judge to dismiss the case and seal the files. Who knows? I talked about it earlier this morning. If you watch my replay, you can see what my thoughts are on that. So good to see you, Meg's Daily Dose. Thank you for joining. Great to see you, Meg. Meg is in the house, everybody. Meg's Daily Dose is in the house. Let me just Google something real quick and see if there's any updates. Hold on. Can't believe that there's nothing. There's nothing. Okay, here we go. Found something. Wait, shit. I didn't find anything. Sugar plum. Unbelievable, man. Two seconds, guys. I'm almost done. Such bullshit. Anyways, all right, guys. So, Joey. Oh, Joey. What's going on? Hey, Joe. Thanks for joining. Good to see you. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Starlight, I am here. No, I was just trying to Starlight. I was just trying to bring up some new video on the defense and the prosecution resting their case. So I wanted to see if there's any new clips. So I was doing I was doing a Google search. So that's what I was trying to do. There's nothing, no word. The judge's demeanor during the Karina's retrial. He seemed to be calm. I saw him on day one, and everybody seems to see that he is kind of just letting the chips fall where they are, and he is not going to be. He's not going to be rushing to judgment on any type of hung jury again. He made a big mistake in the first one. Hello, Kim Francis. Good to see you. Joe Schmo is here, everybody. Watch out. Crystal Silverheart, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being in here. So yeah, thank you for watching the replays. I appreciate that, Joe. Appreciate that, Mr. Joe A. Great to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. I heard a lot of good things about you, so thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Um, what else? Um, Denise Perez is in the building. How are you, Denise? Good to see you. Uh, do you try to go to Bing.com? I did not go to Bing. I use Google. I use Google because I like it. I'm just used to it. Bing. I've used Bing in the past, but I definitely use Google. Tiny Hands says, Duty Ron restores my faith in humanity. Thank you for that, Tiny Hands. That's a kind comment. I appreciate that. At Duty Ron, is parking ticket taken care of? I paid it. I paid it. $95, Sheila. I paid it online. I got rid of it online. Just wanted to just get it out of there. So good to see you, Joey Giggles. So good to see you in on the live one, Joey G. I hope you're doing well. And you know who I miss? Amy Jo, the promoter. I miss Amy Jo. I got to call her or text her sometime soon. Bing is awesome, says Elizabeth Cost. I use Google. I don't know. Maybe I'll try Bing again. I'll give Bing a little try. Is that like the Bada Bing? Meg is getting helpful information from people. So thank you to everybody for helping. My whole house is Mets fans, Debbie. My whole house is Mets fans. We're a Mets family. There's nobody that crosses lines here. Bing is a nightmare, says Father Figure. Stay on Google. Everybody's got something different. Bada boom, bada bing. There you go. So, anyways, let's go Mets. I had my Mets shirt on today, and then I changed into this dry fit. I changed into this dry fit a little bit earlier. Yeah, the Mets won 2-zip. DeGrom pitched a really good game, and our closer came in and closed it out, so it was great. And then the Yankees won, I think 7-5 or 7 to something. So the Yankees did really good. Thank you for the great detective work on tracking the suspect down on a summons. Great work. Yes, they did a great job, Catwoman. NYPD did a great job on that. We did a great job. So I'm proud of the men and women. I'm proud of the men and women who. I know he is a Mets fan. I know Joey Giggles is a Mets fan. Tiny Hand says the Yankees are icky. I don't know. They're a pretty darn good team. So I can't say that the Yankees are a crappy team. They are pretty darn good. So Tulsa Oklahoma in the house. New to your channel. Great job, Duty Ron, says Jeff Lane. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Hello, Julie Digman. Good to see you. Let me know where you guys are watching from. If there's anybody new in the building that's coming in for the first time, let me know your city and state. Let me know where you're watching from, country-wise, and I can give you a quick shout-out. And I want to say thank you. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming on in. Cincinnati Reds won as well. I wonder how Philly did. I wonder how the Phillies did if they played. So let me know where you guys are watching from so I can give a quick shout-out to all my new people that are coming in. Greatly appreciate it. Casa Grande, Arizona. Boston's in the house. Tiny Hands is from Boston. I love Boston. Did they play today? Anyone follow Liverpool? They're my boys, says Father Figure. Darlinda is Charlotte, North Carolina. Darlinda, welcome in. Hello from Tecumula Valley, California. I know I ripped that apart. I didn't say that right. San Diego and San Francisco. I am new. Welcome in from Alabama. Thank you for joining. Good to see you, Pinky. Thank you so much for coming in. Good to see you. Providence, Rhode Island. All 32 teams played today. There you go. Hey, Duty Ron, East Texas. Welcome in from Texas. Joey said that all 32 teams played. I use DuckDuckGoose. DuckDuckGoose? London is calling. Excellent. Welcome in from the other side of the pond. Welcome everybody into the Duty Ron family. Hello, San Diego. Cheryl, you're not new. I know you, Cheryl Ramsey. Good to see you. I'm subscribed to your channel. There's a lot of people that I subscribe to. There's a lot of people who I subscribe to. I don't even care if you don't do any content. I still subscribe to you guys. So I'm not new. I'm just quiet, says Darlinda. Darlinda's quiet. I like that. That's okay. This is a Jagaloon-free zone, guys. This is a Jagaloon-free zone. Joe Schmo says 91 now. I don't know what that means. Is that the head count? Joe Schmo, are you doing a head count? I'm not new, but I'm from Michigan, says Julie. There you go, Julie. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. In Providence, you don't have to pay your parking ticket if you know a guy. Ooh, is it worth me moving to Providence, Rhode Island to get out of parking tickets? But I don't know a guy. Go Detroit Tigers. There you go. Bingo. Denise Perez is showing a cop and a detective. Cop and a detective. You're welcome. My pleasure, Lori. My pleasure. My pleasure. Guy and Jackie is here. I just liked the video, Ron. Thank you so much for doing that. Welcome in New Mexico, the land of enchantment, says Duana Webster. I love it. Land of enchantment. All right, so everybody is pretty much from the U.S. There's a couple of people from the U.K. Hello from Michigan. Lori Van Den Belt. Lori, just so you know, in Tori's channel, you were muted by mistake. You gave her super chat and you got muted by mistake. The actual girl that did the muting on you said she was trying to actually subscribe to your channel, and she was trying to click on your name and she hit the wrong button. So I saw it happen and I tried to undo it because I'm a moderator in Tori Hartman's channel, but I couldn't undo what she did. So you just had to wait for the 300 seconds and then you came back. But just make sure you still subscribe to Tori Hartman, because sometimes when you get muted like that, you get taken off of the follow. So make sure you're still following her. So I just wanted to let you know I witnessed that whole thing, and I'm sorry that happened to you, but I subscribed to your channel before Tori went live. So I was subscribed to your channel because you had come into mine, and I looked and I saw that you subscribed to me, so I subscribed back to you. So that I just want to let you know that I am subscribed to your channel too. Yeah, she got timed out for giving a super chat, and it was not good. Tori was not happy about that. So Jeff Lane says 95 are watching right now. Excellent. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you to each and every one of you 95 people, whether you're watching from the outside, not signed in, or whether you're watching from the inside. I greatly appreciate it. For those of you that are new, my name is Duty Ron. My channel here is about crime, crime cases, nature walks, a lot of different a wide variety of different conversations, but police and public interaction, safety tips, a lot of different things I do. I'm pretty versatile. I do a lot of different types of broadcasting. So I am a retired New York City police detective. I did 20 plus years in the New York City Police Department. I was a 9/11 first responder. I responded to the World Trade Center attack in 1993, the very first one, where there was the bombing in the parking garage underneath the building, and then I responded to September 11th, 2001. So I am a 9/11 first responder times 2. I was a police officer from 1991 all the way into the 2015. So it is a long, illustrious career that I've enjoyed a lot. I did a lot of great stuff while I was on the police department. I miss the men and women that I worked with, but I don't miss the job. I did my time, and it was time for me to leave. So did you know Father Michael, who was killed, Michael Judge, Father Michael Judge? I met him. I've seen him many, many times, but I didn't know him personally. But yeah, that was a tragic, tragic event. That day we lost a lot of great people. Ron, are you still in New York City? I'm right outside of New York City, Elizabeth. I'm right outside of New York City. I'm about 30 minutes outside of New York City. My car washes are pretty cool. I do the car wash. I do a bird store scope now broadcast. That's part of my new thing. I'm doing bird store broadcasts on YouTube and on Periscope. You didn't think the stream from earlier was worth keeping. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what you're referring to. Just signed up last week, but have watched all of your videos. Great stuff. Good people on here. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Thank you, Jeff Lane. Great, great stuff. My pastor worked with him. Wow, Lori. Wow. So yeah, it was really difficult. Elena Medina, is it Alina or Elena? Elena Medina, good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Popeye, the Popeye broadcasts are always good. The Popeye broadcasts are always good. You gotta love that Popeye. He is he's a good one. From the afternoon. The afternoon one with the bird should still be on. The afternoon one with the bird is it should be up there. It should be up there. There's my email. And guys, I want to put something in the chat here. Let me put this in the chat. I have a PO box now, so I'm going to give you something in the chat. DUTYRON. There's my P.O. box. I have a P.O. box now. Duty Ron is now the recipient of a P.O. box. I'm releasing that. I've had it for about a month, but I'm releasing the P.O. box now. So if anybody wants to, send me letters or send me hate mail or love letters or whatever, love your channel or whatever, you're welcome to send it to that P.O. box. I'll be checking it once a week. I go there once or twice a week and I check my P.O. box. So that is my P.O. box. For the moderators and the people that put up the links, if you want to keep that. Yeah, the replay is up. The replay is there, Hio. So maybe you just missed it. So I know I didn't take it down. So the replay is there. I'm going to just double check. Yeah, I just checked. It's there here. I don't know what you're talking about. I see it. The broadcast is there. It is there. All the replays are there. Yes, I know. But, I guess Hio wants me to check things. Maybe he was having little technical difficulties on his end. But it's no problem. I have 100 people sitting here. I'll let them wait while I check on the replay status. Hello, Bellamia is saying hello to Susan. Or saying hello to Joey. That's great. I love to see the interaction between everybody. It's awesome. You got to check. It's got to be something on your end. I see it. I see it here. Never hate mail. Yeah, Joe. I was just kidding. That was just a joke. I mean, it's all good. Thank you, guys. This is a great page, says Sharon Campbell. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for those kind words. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, what I do is I go back. Hey Ron, it's time to transfer to a different furniture. I'll be going live tomorrow for the first time. We'll be talking baseball, burgers, and business. Everyone have an awesome Friday. Fred, Ed Fratz, Eddie, we're gonna be. I'll be around. I'll join in on your live. Any particular time when you think you're gonna be doing doing that live, Ed? I'd like to try to jump in on that live and share it out. Yes, I will read fan mail. If anybody sends me mail to the P.O. box, I will get the fan mail and I'll read it live. 1 p.m. Eastern time. 1 p.m. Eastern. Everybody subscribe to Ed Fratz. He's right there. He's a great friend of mine. Ed, please, before you transfer to the extra piece of furniture, do me a favor. Stay here for a second. Ed Fratz, I'm friends with him on 2 applications, 2 live stream apps, actually 3. Periscope, YouTube, and Instagram. So me and Ed share social media on Instagram, YouTube, and Periscope. So I met him on Periscope, and when I was down in Florida in February, Ed Fratz, and I implore everybody to go subscribe to Ed Fratz channel. So when I went down for a funeral for a fellow broadcaster, one of our fellow YouTube and Periscope broadcasters, Steve from Florida, passed away from multiple myeloma. Not melanoma, multiple myeloma. That's a blood-borne cancer. He fought it for a good 3-4 months, and it took the better of him. And he passed away at the young age of 58 years old. I was very good friends with him. We spoke on the phone. I had met him a year earlier. I went down to Florida for spring training in 2017. I met him, and I had plans to meet him again. Actually, yeah, in 2017, I met him for spring training, and then in 2019, I was going to meet him again. He passed away. So I went down to Florida, and I went to pay respects to Steve from Florida. And Ed Fratz, who lives right in that area, which was unknown to me, he offered me to stay with him at his house, me and my son, room, board, food, everything. He was hosting me, and he opened his door. I had a hotel that I couldn't get reimbursed on, so I had to decline his kind offer. But on Sunday, I went over with myself and 2 other broadcasters from Periscope, and we went to his house. He made us marinated steaks, all kinds of trimmings, adult beverages, opened up his house to us. We met his son. We met, him and his son were great, great people, great hosts. And I got to tell you, Ed Fratz is 100% total gentleman. He told me if I return to that area for spring training, don't waste your money on a hotel. You could stay with me here at my beautiful home. And he is a very honest and sincere guy. And I got to tell you, for those reasons alone, I implore everybody to subscribe to Ed Fratz. He is a total gentleman, and I love and respect that guy like a brother. He's an awesome dude. So everyone subscribe to Ed Fratz. I was in his home. I met him through Periscope and YouTube. He is a go. So Ed, I can't say enough, and I can't thank you enough. So thank you, pal, for being a great human being. He is a great, great guy. So I'm proud to call him a friend. I'm proud to call Ed Fratz my friend. So definitely everyone subscribe to his YouTube. Subscribe and follow him on Instagram. It's the same name, Ed Fratz. There he is right there in the chat. Guys, everybody jump on Ed Fratz. Let's have a pile on. Let's have a pile on Ed Fratz immediately. Immediately. He is awesome. And the steak that he made, I picked out the biggest one, obviously. He made about 6 or 7 steaks. He let me get my first choice. Like the one that he gave me, I said, oh, no, that one's not that big. So he took it back off my plate, and he gave me the bigger one. So thank you to everybody for subscribing to Ed Fratz. So yeah, he put the first piece of meat that he put on my plate wasn't big enough. I wanted the biggest one that was there. So he took it off, and he gave me the biggest one. Excellent, excellent. And while you guys are at it, subscribe to Joey, BKLYN67, subscribe to Tori Hartman, and subscribe to all the great ones on here. All the great ones that are on here, subscribe. I gave you fresh picked apples last summer. I don't recall that. That might have been some type of weird fantasy of yours, but I never got those fresh picked apples, ever, ever. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for subscribing to Eddie. Thank you for subscribing to Ed. All right, Ed, now that you got your accolades, if you'd like, you want to go to sleep, I understand. You're going to be transferring to a different set of furniture. I'm familiar with his setup because he showed me. He said, Ron, when I'm watching you on YouTube, this is where I am. And then when I do the transfer, this is where I go. It's literally just steps away. So, yeah. So it goes to show you guys, there are good people on YouTube, on Periscope, on social media. But you got to be careful. You got to pick and choose your friends that you create here on the social media and on the internet, because there are a lot of unscrupulous jagaloons. There are a lot of unscrupulous bad people that loom on the internet. So you have to be careful. I don't advise everybody to do these things on a regular basis without fully vetting, especially if you go to someone's house. You definitely do not go to someone's house unless you vetted them. You know, I went into his house. I had a firearm on me. I wasn't worried because if he turned out to be some kind of psycho, I knew that I would be at least to have a fighting chance. So I had my pistol with me. So I felt comfortable about it. But I did do a little bit of vetting on Ed Fratz because that's his real name. So I did a little bit of vetting on my friend, and he passed all the litmus tests. Guy and Jackie, check him out. His channel is not big, it's growing. His channel is on the growth spurt. It's just like Joey Brooklyn. Joey Brooklyn is the same type of guy. He's 100% gentleman. He has opened his home to me. I've opened my home to Joey Brooklyn _67. The same concept goes for Joey Brooklyn. The reason I promote him and the reason I tell you guys about him is A, he's my friend, and B, I know for a fact he's a good person. He's a good family man. He has got good values. He's very, very respectful. He's a man of the cloth. He's a man, he's a Eucharistic minister. The guy is, Joey Brooklyn emulates everything about goodness. He's a great human being. He's honest. He's trustworthy. And that I'm honored to call him a friend as well. And that's the reason I promote him, because I know how good of a person he is. Joey is fantastic. We went out to dinner with our wives 2 times already. Twice. To a dinner and a comedy show. And then dinner, and then Little Italy over the summer. So Joey Brooklyn is the man. He is on the same plane as Ed Fratz. It's just that I've spent more time with Joey. I've had Joey here in my home. Joey's had me at his home. We've gone out to dinners. We hang out, So there's my P.O. box. Anybody wants to send me any mail, I will gladly read fan mail. I'll work that into my shows. I'll take one show every other week, and we'll sit and I'll open up fan mail on the broadcast, and we'll talk. Thank God for people, kind people in this world. Exactly, Betty. Exactly. Hi, Ron from Pittsburgh. How are you? Janice, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. So I do appreciate and respect each and every one of you. I really do appreciate your time. Ali C, thank you for subscribing to Joey Brooklyn. He is right underneath you. He is right underneath you in the chat. And again, I have to say thank you to everyone who has given Super Chat during this broadcast. I'm not closing it up, but I want to say thank you to everybody who gives Super Chat. Like I said, I had a long career in public service as a police officer, as a detective. I am here to give some of my knowledge as a police officer and as a detective to the public, to give you some positive tips on how the police and public interact and how to keep yourself safe. How to keep yourself safe. That's first and foremost. What I want to see, Joey Giggles, good to see you. Have a good night. Tell Amy Jo that I miss her and to get her butt onto YouTube, please. Ron, can you maybe do a video on internet safety, especially for parents with teens? I have one video in my replays about internet safety, but I'll do a new one. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate that. And if you go live here on YouTube, Joey Giggles, I'll be in on your broadcast. You can count on that. Meg, you and I go way back. You're a very good friend of mine. Meg's Daily Dose is another great young lady who I am very good friends with for a long time. I recommend subscribing to her as well. All the people that are in here, Black Rose, number 11, she's fantastic. Trevor is running his own channel. He is on the up climb. Trevor is all about, he's a young man. He's 25 years old, going on 26. He is a total gentleman, a great kid. He's old enough to be my son. So I really, really respect Trevor a lot. He's a great, he's actually many years ahead of his age. He's smart, many years ahead of his age. Hi from Montreal. Hello from Montreal. Thank you for coming in. I have not been to New Orleans ever. I've never once been to New Orleans. So that's a place that I got to get to. I'm only on scope to hope to transfer to YouTube. There you go, Melissa. How was your trip to Arizona? I hope your trip was good. Are you home yet? I think you are home. Good night, Cheryl. Cheryl, thank you so much for being in here. There's Cheryl Ramsey. She is on her way out the door. Have a good night. And thank you so much for hanging out here in Duty Ron's chat. Greatly, greatly appreciate you, Cheryl. Peace and love. Have a great night's sleep. Linda is here too. Hello, Linda. Good to see you. Lisa Sloan, thank you so much for coming in. Rarely comment. See now, Lisa, these are the things that I really, really love. I see that comment there, guys. Lisa Sloan, I rarely comment, but I love your channel. So this is someone who is watching from the sidelines. For whatever reasons, it doesn't matter. She doesn't really chat much, but something prompted her to come on and send that really kind message. So Lisa Sloan, thank you so much for that comment. I greatly appreciate you. Send me an email, send me some type of correspondence outside of YouTube, and I'd love to interact with you maybe on a private level through email or something like that. It's up to you. If you like just to be on the sidelines, I respect it. But thank you so much for that. That was really sweet. Thank you. Awesome. That is so worth it. Like when I get those kind of comments from me as a broadcaster, it's just me. You could call me corny, you could call me whatever you want. It is awesome to see that stuff. Awesome. You have to make your own channel in order to chat, says Veggie Vibes. Veggie Vibes is always not happy. He wants a one-on-one channel, just me and him, mano a mano. Hio Veggie Vibes would like to just have a Duty-Ron private chat just between me and him, and that's it. I know how he works. Thank you. Please, on the way into or out of the chat, hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much, Sheila. Sheila Deal, thank you so much for that. That was sweet. I don't broadcast, but I'm a devoted follower. You're not a follower. You're a friend, Michelle. You are not a follower. You're a friend. I consider all of you guys friends in here. So, and I mean that sincerely. I consider you guys all friends. So, let me show you my son's Game of Thrones thing on his wall. So that's the Game of Thrones flag. Isn't it starting on Monday or something like that, guys? Game of Thrones starting Monday. Game of Thrones starting Monday, I think. I'm not sure. So yeah, guys, subscribe to Trevor's channel, Trever. Go subscribe to Trevor's channel. He is up and coming. He does broadcasts from his hometown, so go and check him out. At Veggie Vibes, hello Hio says, Cup of Joe is in the building. Cup of Joe, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Jeff Lane says it starts April 5th. All right, cool. So I thought it was coming up soon. For some reason I thought it was Monday, but it is what it is. April 5th. April 5th, says Jeff Lane. So, you can't chat on anyone's stream without making a channel first. You can have an account, but you need a channel to chat. Oh, okay. There you go. So that's important to know. If you don't create a channel, you can't go live. I didn't know that. I didn't know that because I've always had an account. You know what I mean? I've always had an account. Jeff Lane says it's the 14th. Okay. It is a Monday, and I guess it's the 14th. So it's Monday the 14th. So, good. Hello, United. Good to see you, United. I think I missed that comment. Let's see. I did miss United. Hold on. Let me go back. Oh, wow. That was far back. Huh. I missed that one. I live in the Tumbler Ridge, British Columbia, where the throne is. I am going to see it tomorrow. Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds awesome. All right, let me just try to Google Vetrano to see if anything is updated. Hold on. Let me see if anything updated videos-wise. I cannot believe that there's nothing on this. That's crazy, man. I can't believe it. It's amazing that the media doesn't give this any more coverage. This is crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me just see something. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on 2 seconds, guys. ABC News live stream video. Let me just see something. Okay, let's see something here. I think there's something on the ABC. Hi, Cindy Farwick. Good to see you. Honey Badger, hello. Good to see you. Sorry I tuned in late. Has it gone to the jury? Yes, the jury has it now. The jury has it. So deliberations will begin on Monday. I was under the understanding that they started to deliberate today, but the news is reporting that they're going Monday. My court officer friend said they already started deliberating today at 4 o'clock. And that could be true. I don't think he would tell me that if they didn't. So maybe they just did like preliminary deliberations. No problem. Gotta leave early and see Crime Watchers of Michigan. Stay safe. Take care. Sheila Deal, thank you so much for being in here. Greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you. Let me just see something. ABC News, New York, live.
Early evening, there's one of the little disturbance along the front that could spark a stray shower, and that's what I think could actually get all the way down to the coast. They have the umbrella for just a passing shower, and they'd be a little bit more numerous to the north. Now, tomorrow night's really mild. It's 40s to lower 50s. With that type of launching pad on Saturday, once clouds thin out in the afternoon hours, temperatures will be off to the races. Still be in the 50s along the coast, but look for 60s and even lower 70s across interior parts of New Jersey. So it's 70s inland on Saturday, then a period of rain with a front on Sunday morning, probably from, let's say, mid-morning to midday or early afternoon, and then temperatures will start to drop. It's not a lot of rain, but about a quarter of an inch, and then the cold air will start to come back, or cooler air. Mostly cloudy tomorrow morning, not as chilly for sure. There's a shower well north and west, but we start out at 47.
I just want to see if they cover this.
They
want to cover it.
Mostly cloudy during the day.
I'm going to get
most of the showers to the
I'm going
north.
to get
By
the
late day, I can see how an evening shower even makes it down to the coast. But what a nice Friday night for you. 52 degrees, and after the early evening, there shouldn't be much of a shower threat. Up to the upper 60s on Saturday with clouds breaking for sun, 70s inland. Sunday's definitely a cooler day. Period of rain in the morning to early afternoon, dropping through the 50s. Little chilly on Monday, Tuesday, and a close call with a coastal system that could give us some wind and rain on Wednesday. So we're watching that closely, and then we'll warm it up again late next week into next weekend. Amy Friesen will look an update tomorrow morning.
Okay, thanks, Lee.
You got it.
Coming up, could this be your dream job? The agency that's paying volunteers to stay in bed. But there is a catch.
Hold on, yes.
And the dad who sang to his daughter at Disney World became a viral sensation. First, let's check in with Jimmy Kimmel to see what's coming up on the show tonight.
Thanks, Sean Day. Hello, New York. Tonight, Colin Farrell, Marseille Martin, music from Billie Eilish. Guillermo visits the imaginary Gonzaga basketball team, and Matthew McConaughey convinces people who are not high that they are. Next on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
The opioid epidemic is ravaging families. In New York City, 3 people die every day from an overdose.
You should not be burying your children.
Parents can be the last to know.
Now, ABC
All right, let me shut this off.
empowering you with information that
All right,
could
I'm
save
gonna-
lives. Join me for Protect Our Children, the
Hold on,
opioid
guys.
crisis.
Saturday.
All right, I'm back. Veggie Vibes is laughing. I don't know why Veggie Vibes is laughing, but yeah, I just wanted to see if the news covered anything additional. That's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see if, you know, if the local news was covering anything additional. So, hello from the UK, and I'm a bit of a sideliner. Hi everyone, Tracy. Thank you so much for joining, and I appreciate you coming and saying hello from being a sideliner. Wow, 70. I don't think I'll ever get warm in Michigan. Yeah, it's going to be 70 over the weekend. It's going to be 70. So thank you, Tracy, for coming in from off the sideline. I know that might have taken a little bit of extra. They were not sequestered, Darlene. They were not sequestered. I think you asked me that once before. Lori wants to know where in the UK. So I'm just trying to see. Oh, hi, Linda. Thank you for coming in from Tori. Tori sent you? Excellent. I'm glad that Tori sent you, and I'm glad you came in. I've already spoken about the Karina Vetrano case. Now we're just kind of like segueing out. I'm actually just really not talking about much right now. So I feel like I should end this now. I feel like I should end it. It's an hour and 20 minutes. I think we covered a lot of ground, and I feel like I'm just going over the same stuff over and over again. I was just trying to see if the news was going to cover any bit of the Karina Vetrano. I just want to see if there's anything on there. We'll wait a couple of minutes. Mets and Yankees both won. The Yankees won big, 7-5. Mets 2-0. DeGrom pitched a shutout. So it was pretty cool. How many of you from Wisconsin want to let us know if you won the Powerball? Exactly. And if you did win the Powerball, could you just share just a little bit with me? I don't even know what I do with the remote. Oh, there it is. Anyways. So that's the story, guys. That's the story here. Thank you, Winky Whispers, for putting up the links. I'm going to try to see if I can pull something up here. I got one more trick up my sleeve where I think I might be able to get something. I think I might be able to get something out of this. Hold on a second. So give me a second. I'm not looking at the comments. Hi, Amy. How are you? Good to see you, Amy. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. How's everything? I hope everything's good. Cat in a Hat likes your digs. Cat in a Hat likes my digs. You like the Game of Thrones flag? Do you like that? Cat in a Hat? Little Game of Thrones action? Coming out of my head, Game of Thrones? Okay, so let me get back to business here. I got one more trick that I want to try to do. Just been taking care of orders to England and that my husband got. I hope you and everyone are good. I'm doing really good, Amy. I'm just happy to see you. I'm happy to see you in here. Let me shut this light off. This is getting annoying. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's not too bad. Good night, Michelle. Michelle, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you hanging out. And I hope to see you real soon, Michelle. Hope to see you soon. All right, CBS News is going to be the news that will have it. CBS 2, they were the embedded news camera guy that was in there for the opening. So let me see if they have some stuff here. Hold on a second. Hold on. I think I'm onto something here, guys. Stand by. Whoa. Let's see what we got going on here. I know, guys. I know.
I guess she did. The biggest one both of y'all got, her life.
46-year-old Spence ran an unlicensed clinic with a doctor that offered a black market injection program. She set up the appointment for the illegal butt lift for Letitia Bynum, someone she called a friend. After the July 15th procedure, Bynum left the Gramercy Park building feeling short of breath. Sharp chest pain sent her to the ER, and 10 days later, she was dead. An autopsy found silicone from the illegal procedure had leaked into her bloodstream, killing her. Spence, who lived in Queens, has no background in medicine, but called herself a nurse. She collected thousands of dollars from Bynum before her fatal operation. Harlem resident Bynum was a mother of 2 young girls. Her daughter, Janiyah Black, spoke about her mom on her way out of the sentencing. How do you want her to be remembered?
As a good person she was.
Janiyah's grandmother, Bertie Bynum, who had a heart attack at the last court date, adding one last thing on her way out. Her warning for all New Yorkers.
Oh, y'all just be careful, because these people are murderers.
Back in September, the doctor that worked with Allison Spence at the fake clinic, Kevin Richardson, was sentenced for his involvement. He received 4 to 12 years in prison. In Lower Manhattan, Tara Jakeway, TV 1055.
Can't believe they don't have anything here for Vetrano. It's crazy. Insane. All right. Let's get rid of that. All right, guys. So that's about it. The basic story here, the wrap up is the defense, prosecution rested. I can't find anything video wise to show you guys, which is ridiculous. I can't even grasp that. But good to see Marie in the broadcast. I'm doing really good. Marie, I've been live for 1 hour and 30 minutes already. I've already been on for 1 hour and 30. So there's nothing in the news. I'm sure that on the 11 o'clock news, had to have been something. There had to have been some type of blurb, but they're kind of keeping this quiet. I don't know why, but there's nothing available on the internet. I just Googled 3 different times. I went to CBS, ABC, all the major news, and I couldn't find anything current about, the prosecution and the defense resting. But I did cover it verbally up front, and I showed a news article. I'll show it again real quick to you guys. Here's the news article on this case. This is what I showed to everybody when I first went live. Basically, it's a news article from one of our news networks here, and basically it's just saying this is a picture of the defendant, this is the perpetrator, and it says Chanel Lewis appears in Queens Supreme Court on Thursday, that is today, at his retrial on charges in connection with Karina Vetrano's killing. And this was from 8:55 p.m. tonight, and it basically just says the prosecution and defense both rested Thursday in the retrial of a Brooklyn man that's accused of strangling Howard Beach jogger Karina Vetrano in 2016, setting the stage for a Queens State Supreme Court jury to begin deliberations. So the police deliberations, the jury's deliberations will be forthcoming. It will be forthcoming, and that is really what's going on. There was a breaking story here tonight. There was a breaking story of a shooting I don't know if you guys saw that. I was looking at it through here. Hold on. There was a shooting, I think, at an Amtrak station. I want to say. I don't know. I don't know where I saw that. But it was like so it was a big story here. It was a big story. So that being said, I'm going to wrap it up now. I'm going to come back and I'm going to wrap it up. All right, guys. So thank you so much for everyone being in here. An hour and 30 minutes on the broadcast. Appreciate everyone with the super chat. My P.O. box was listed in the links. Thank you to Winky Whispers, Black Rose, Joey Brooklyn _67, Joey BKLYN _67. Subscribe to Trevor. Subscribe to all the great friends that I have in here. Ed Fratz, Tori Hartman, all the real great ones that are in here. So please, please, please give me 2 minutes of your time and subscribe to those great people. Love and respect to you too, Marie. You came in kind of late to the party because I'm already all talked out. I got nothing else to say, and I don't want to just sit here and ramble on. I've done enough rambling, and I'm sure I'm going to get some of the comment patrol police will let me know that I did that. But anyways, thank you to each and every one of you. Love and respect from Duty Ron. Everybody have a great evening. Have a good Friday. Friday's coming up, and we got another weekend coming. So love and respect to you, Tracy Smith. Thank you so much. Joey, Marie, Winky Whispers, Black Rose, Hio, all the great ones. Heather, thank you so much. Guy and Jackie, thank you so much for being in here. Amy, great to see you. Charlotte, have a good one. Cat in the Hat, thank you. Cheryl, God bless each and every one of you. Peace and love. Hi, Brenda. Adcore21, good night. Thank you so much. Everybody, be good, be well, and I'll talk to you soon.